What's going on, guys? Big news update, and we want to talk about the fast food slowdowns here today because even fast food restaurants are slowing down and they are struggling to get sales in the door. We just had recent earnings from some big companies. One of the more notable ones was Starbucks. Oof, what a bad quarter for Starbucks. What a bad earnings call. And even worse was the interview that Starbucks' CEO did the morning after on CNBC. Man, he absolutely tanked on that interview. So what I want to get to into today, if you guys have never seen my videos before, if you guys are new, welcome. I am Josh. I run a company called CEO Watchlist, where I study the stocks that insiders are buying. I study the stocks that politicians and hedge funds buy. Anytime I see big whales in the stock market, I want to study their moves. And so I'm on a little bit of a walk today, and I wanted to talk about what's going on in the economy. Now, on my social media pages, I have been warning people of a slowdown in the economy for a long time. Most people ignored what I was saying because the stock market was continuing to climb, and the stock market is doing okay. It's doing well, but recently we've seen a lot of weakness in stocks. And so I want to talk about that weakness in stocks, what you're seeing. Are we going to be okay? Because I know a lot of people are getting panicked, but also I want to start by talking about the fast food situation, like I mentioned earlier. So Starbucks had a bad quarter. The stock is down over 10% in a single day yesterday, and continuing to drop. But you also see companies like Nike reporting the same thing. Overall, companies are seeing a big slowdown in consumer spending. By the way, I am doing a little walk over here by a lake, and it just looks really, really good today. Just wanted to give you guys the view. But there's a big issue in that consumer spending is starting to slow. And consumer spending is one of the biggest drivers of our country's GDP. In other words, if people are not out there spending money, then most likely the economy is going to start slowing rapidly. And so we haven't really seen too much of a decline in sales or spending recently, just because, well, mainly people have been borrowing the money. People have been opening credit cards and running up a balance over there. Savings levels have been going down. So that's also been a big issue for us too. I also wanted to quickly stop the video and go check the numbers that came out, because another company that reported recently was Yum Brands. If you haven't heard of them, they own Taco Bell, KFC, Pizza Hut, those types of restaurants. I think they also own Long John Silver's. I could be wrong, but they own a few different popular fast food franchises here in the States. And their sales were down 7% overall. So that was a big drop for them. And one of the reasons, the CEO got on there, he was talking on the earnings call, and he said one of the reasons why you see a big slowdown, especially with fast food, is because you have such high prices. I mean, I don't know if you guys have been to a drive-thru recently, but dang, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's like literally like going to a restaurant. There's almost no point in going to fast food restaurants anymore because they're literally the same price as regular restaurants. So why wouldn't I just go to a regular restaurant at that point? So I think a lot of people are also feeling that way, in that they don't want to pay these super high prices to get very mid food. I mean, even a lot of these restaurants are mid too, but I'm just saying that, this is fast food. Fast food is thought of as a lower cost option. And if people are going to drive-thrus and they're still paying these super high prices, people will be upset and they're going to stop coming. So the way that they're going to try to respond to this is they're going to try to do more discounts, more deals, more promotions to try to attract customers back into the stores. Maybe they might introduce some loss leaders, get people to the drive-thru to the restaurant so they can upsell them on drinks and other sides. But that's what we have seen. We've seen these super high fast food prices. It's discouraging spending, but also this is just another sign of bad inflation, right? I kind of have been trying to also warn you guys about inflation. Inflation is, it's not good. We have not been able to get it down to the goal of 2%. We've only been able to get down to 3%, but then we bounced back up. We've never seen 3.0% again. And in my opinion, it's about to get a lot worse. And this is just another sign that should tell you guys that this is going to get worse, that this is just the beginning of it, because there's all kinds of things that I want to dive into probably on later videos. But the biggest thing is that as inflation starts to go up and prices continue to rise, and these fast food companies are charging more and more money for their products, it's going to discourage the spending, and we'll see a slowdown in the economy. And when we see that slowdown, hopefully that will help us take care of inflation and get those numbers lower. But there's also a lot of other forces that I think are pushing against that, that will see not really help us out. So anyway, I think that, you know, with inflation and all that kind of stuff, there's going to be a lot more of it coming. So this is why you see, I think the reason why it's important to have this inflation conversation is because people are running out of money. So when you have higher prices and, you know, people are getting tired of these prices that they don't want to pay, especially when you're going to McDonald's and paying $30 for 2 people. You know, it's people are going to run out of money here, right? And we're going to just see a big slowdown. But this is a big issue. I don't think people really understand that this could lead to bad earnings reports in the future that will cause stock prices to go lower. So right now we got to be safeguarded. And so that's kind of also what I wanted to talk about on this video, is what I'm doing to stay out of trouble and to even benefit from some of the stuff that's going on, right? Where stocks, I think, will be going lower. Bonds, I think, will be going lower. I think yields are going to be coming up too. So I think one of the big things to also, you know, look at is, well, where should I put my money if all these stocks are going to be going down? And one of the things that I've been doing is buying up gold. I think a lot of people are buying up gold and silver because those are a way to hedge against inflation. So I think when these inflation numbers go higher, it's going to attract more people to buy gold and silver as well. And that's where you're going to see those prices going up. So my gold and silver has done really good this year. In fact, my portfolio, all-time highs right now, which is awesome. So I'm very, very thankful for that. But I think that there's a lot of opportunities in other sectors too. You definitely might want to get some exposure into energy stocks, right? Because if inflation continues to push prices higher, especially with things like oil and gas, then we're definitely going to also see oil and gas stocks going up, right? As more people are going to get invested into those, because when oil prices surge, earnings on those companies will go up. It'll attract more investors, yada, yada, yada. So I will say right now that my 2 biggest allocations in the stock market are gold mining companies, silver mining companies, and then energy companies as well. Now, that being said, I do also think that there are some interesting tech plays. I know that that sounds weird to say right now, thinking about getting into tech, but I think that there are some good tech plays out there that are at a huge discount. So today is May 2nd. If you guys go look at the charts right now, some of the stocks I'm thinking about tech-wise are things like AMD, right? That stock is down over 35% from its highs. Zscaler, another stock that's down 30% from its highs. Snowflake. These are the type of tech plays that are just dipped a lot. Even Apple, I'm attracted to because those are tech plays that are not up at their all-time highs. I even think Meta, after it crashed from its earnings, is an interesting price now. I think grabbing Meta at 400 a share or better is a very interesting, it's very intriguing to me. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on here, give you guys that update. You know, a lot of people are running out of money. A lot of people are going broke. That is very evident, not just in credit card debt going up and savings numbers coming down, but the actual earnings of these fast food companies, which is typically when we see a slowdown in fast food, typically that's not a good thing for the economy, right? And we can kind of conclude that people are really resilient, right? They're not resilient, they're really sensitive right now to prices, you know, especially when it comes to fast food and things like that. So when we see these signals, you know, do not ignore them, take them to heart and use them to make adjustments to your portfolio right away. You guys can always hit me up. You guys can go to my Instagram. You guys can message me at CEO Watch List. You guys can message me on my personal account if you guys need any help getting set up. Okay, so good luck to you guys. I got more updates coming soon. Let me know if you like these videos too. I really like taking these videos on my walk, so I think I'll continue doing these for you guys. Anyways, have a great day, guys. You take care. Peace.